This video is intended for Module 2 where you're creating HTML pages. Here's an example of what an HTML page looks as a draft. We have a sans serif font. We have uneven indentations. We're looking to change our questions to actual headers, and we need a title at the top of the page. So there's a lot of work to be done here. Here's how it's going to start out, an example of how a draft can look, and then this is where you want it to go. You want the file name to be whatever year span it is, 1900__39 in this example. And what you want are clear, aligned indentations or lack thereof. A nice block style is preferable. You want a consistent layout and design. You need a header at the top. You need each of these to be headers, and then this to be your content area. So we're going to take you from this to this in this short video. Starting in Composer, we're going to go ahead and open the original file. The first thing you're going to want to do is just remove all the text formatting. So you go Edit, select All, and choose Format, and just remove all the text styles completely. Then the next thing you want to do is go into your preferences. So go under Tools, Preferences, and you want to go to Fonts and change your preferred font to a sans serif and change it to Arial. Okay. All right. Now if you highlight all of this, you can then change your font choice to Helvetica Arial. And now you're ready to get started with fixing the alignment and the headings. So the first thing you're going to do is just get rid of all these indentations. You don't want them. The next thing you're going to do, you have to make sure all these spaces are gone. All right, so this looks like it was, yeah, so you can see here, you just have to make sure or things aren't going to work. You want to get rid of all your indentations. And don't worry about everything being tucked together because your headings are going to take care of that. So you can see this will take the most time. And then we're going to get rid of this here, 1900 to 1939. Going to do a Control X for cut, and we're going to hit Enter here. And up here is where we're going to put in our header for the page, which is going to be selected here at the top left. We'll make it heading 1, snapshots, snapshots in time, snapshots of a snapshot of technology is what we'll call it. A snapshot of technology from 1900 to 39. So you have a title for your page. You can just call it Snapshots in Time 1900 to 1939, whatever you prefer. Now these are called subheadings. So we're going to make it a heading first by changing the question into a header. So we'll say the all-important automobile. And you can come up with your own heading depending on what you're writing about. And then who is responsible for this discovery can be Henry Ford, the inventor. And then what would have happened without this discovery could be life without the automobile. What does a neighbor think? A real perspective. And what would I have done to sell it? You can say selling the automobile. Selling the automobile. And I'm not very creative, so I'd hope you would come up with something a little more snazzy. Now we're going to highlight these headings. So we'll highlight this, and it's not going to be a heading 1, we're going to make it a heading 3. And we're going to do the same thing here for the Henry Ford, for all the other headings, heading 3, heading 3, heading 3. And now you can see that it's actually making the spacing for us. So you don't have to space, you let the computer do it. So by having all of your text tucked together and then making your headings, you should have relatively no problem getting your headings to work. Now everything's left aligned, so your alignment issue has been handled. And you can go ahead and pause this video now and do this yourself. So now that you're back, you can see we have our background color. And if you're watching this video and you don't have a background color, oops, you click on Format, Page Colors and Backgrounds. So you can see now we have this saved. If I click on File and choose Save As, again, we want it saved as 1900_39. So I'm going to call this part 2 because I want to show you the progression we've made. So if I go to that HTML folder now, you can see we want to get here with it kind of centered or on the page. Let's see where we're at. We're almost there. Even better too, we have the sans serif font, but unlike this page, everything's running left to right. We have no margin. So how do you get a margin? Easy, easy. You use an invisible table. All I need to do now is I'm going to hit my cursor right above A and hit enter. I'm going to go back up where the cursor needs to blink at the top and choose Table, Insert, Table. And I'm just going to choose one cell. I'm going to double click on the table, select Table. I'm going to make the width, let's say 80%. So you have to change the width to percent of window. Change the border to 0 because you want an invisible border. And we're going to center it on the page. So click OK. Then all you need to do is take your content, do a Control X for cut, or right click cut, and then a Control V for paste. And then we're going to save this. And let's take a look and see how it ended up. All you need to do is follow the overall idea here, and you will end up with a perfectly laid out page. If you have any questions, please schedule a time to meet with your instructor. Thank you.